Welcome to our polytunnel. It's the end of May and things are going really well. There are some hanging baskets with strawberries. We've been harvesting strawberries now for the last week or so. In a raised bed on the ground we have some more strawberries, all ripening nicely as well. Some more fruit, some figs. I'll find one for you. There's one there, and behind the fig is a grapevine. There's another one on the other side. The first section here we have sweet corn, then French climbing beans. Here are still some onions that were growing through the winter, and interspersed between these plants we have courgette. This courgette needs about a metre to grow, so there are two between the sweet corn, and either side there's actually one here and one over there are pumpkins. The pumpkins scramble along the ground, so they can weave their way as they grow through the tunnel going down. Between the onions there are more courgette, different types, all kinds of different varieties. More corn. I can't plant it all in one big block because they'll grow too tall if I plant them close to the edge of the polytunnel. And this last section here we have 6 cucumber plants, and again each corner has a pumpkin plant, different ones, different varieties. That's the vegetable garden out there. And this side is nearly completely devoted to tomatoes. Some of them are still quite small, but they're coming on nicely. What I did notice this year is there are a lot of green fly around, which is not great, but I'm going to make a bit of a concoction with garlic and I'm going to spray them with that, and hopefully that'll deter the green fly. The tomatoes are staked with those spiral metal stakes. They work really well because once they're in, you really don't have to do anything, tie them with anything. There's some lettuce here at the edge. So in between the tomatoes, all the plants, between these ones here are oca. They are a South American root vegetable, and the tubers are small nubbly things, and they're absolutely delicious baked in the oven. I have more plants that have to go in, so they'll be planted along the edge there. Still a few crops from early spring. There's some spinach, some of it going to seed now, so that needs using up. Same with the rocket. There's some beetroot, they're nearly ready for harvesting. They were planted in early spring in between the tomatoes. I have lots of parsley because I allowed the parsley to sow itself, so I took out the ones I didn't want and I left a lot of other plants, and if they do get in the way of the tomatoes I can always take them out. But because these are all cordon tomatoes, so they grow tall, they won't spread out, they don't actually need much space between them, which means I can grow things in between. Some more lettuce here. A couple of tomatoes in pots. This is Tumbling Tom. That's not a cordon tomato, that's a bush tomato, which means it's not going to be trained to go straight up, but it's going to be allowed to grow bushy. And that's everything at the moment. So hopefully before long we'll reap what we sowed.